But even starting that, it's very different to me, So that's why I was just like, we're making this very, 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 very serious. And there are things that I agree need to be spoken on. Like I said before, there is a conversation that needs to be happen about some of the exploitation, maybe some of the ways they're paid, residuals. I'm sure there's a conversation, but I felt like using Rachel in certain instances and making some comparisons are a bit kind of out there.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
You make sense. Don't set, first of all, it goes back to mean what you say what you mean. Like, you have a stance on this. This is how you feel. And I don't think that you should give us a cotton candy version because we want to.
Oh, no.
Say what you want.
I'm 40 and I've traveled the world. I have too much experience to not have an opinion, in my own opinion. So
that's right.
I'm good. I'm good.
Not I need some D, Lee Armstrong. Okay, wait. Alabama camper, you should not be wishy-washy with assault. They either did it or not. Why change your story? Renee Glover, thank you for the super chat. Let's keep this ball rolling really quick, guys. I'm going to go on to the next point because, there are a lot to get through. But she said she thinks that it's crazy that Sheena doubled down and she didn't think the filing was out of question because she didn't feel safe. To her, it didn't make sense that she could be assaulted and at the same time be the biggest villain on reality TV. She thought reality TV would be fun.
Fun doesn't mean
that's not
sleep with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that.
No. I think honestly, no, she's single. Sleep with whoever you want.
Sure.
No. Yeah.
But, and let me get to a point too, because I'm not really, I don't want to put too much blame on Rachel either, because it takes two to tango. Tom Sandoval is,
equally to blame,
and easily let off the hook.
Yep.
By the cast. And I see people's reactions to that, and I do understand that. But reality TV can be fun, as a lot of people have come out of the woodworks, current talent, old talent. Many people have different experiences with working on reality TV, with Bravo, with NBC. I like to compare it sometimes to my experience at Cirque du Soleil. Like, my experience was very different from another acrobat or dancer or performer from Eastern Europe. Like, I worked for 3 years and I was like, you know what? I deserve more. Now I'm writing a show. Now I'm creating a character. I hired a lawyer. I did all the things, but I can't do that for another person. You know what I mean? So, like, everyone has a different experience, and reality TV, I think, could be fun. I just think that everybody's looking for a moment.
Yeah.
We're looking for the next scandal. Yeah. Everyone loves to right now thrive on negativity. And people want to see people hit rock bottom and stuff like that. It's not like no one wants to see anyone win on reality TV,
No, I agree. All right, next point. So as we move on, she said that she felt betrayed by Tom recording her and that she couldn't trust him, that her privacy didn't matter, and that he wanted her to, when she asked him, which, by the way, I don't know who else goes to Subway at 10 a.m., but that was my breakfast, and I went to Subway.
Gross.
Jason's like, you are trash, and that's okay, and I will accept that. I will be a trash box. But I was talking to the girl at Subway because we always talk about Vanderpump Rules, because she asked me, and
not always.
Always.
How often do you go to Subway?
All the time. Love me some Subway. Somebody give me a brand deal. But
yeah, for
Subway, I was talking to her, and she's like, well, did Tom ever explain why he recorded it? And I said, well, according to Rachel, she said that the reason Tom recorded it was because he wanted to play it back for her later and show her how beautiful she is.
Okay.
Okay. One, if that's true, you're demented. You're sick.
Yeah.
But now the problem is, it's almost the way that it comes off is like the boy who cried wolf, in a sense. Like, the hard part is if somebody comes to you and they're a known, like, if you know that they have the ability to lie about really important things, you start to question everything that comes out of their mouth. And that's where the disconnect is, because I know one of the things in this to not be true, which in this part 2 it was mentioned Tom Sandoval used the leverage of Scandoval for season 11 to get a producer's credit. That's not true. And I know this for a fact. Check the IMDb, wait for it to come out when season 11 comes out, whatever you want to do. You want to clock me after this and kind of figure it out and then be like, Adam, like what it might not be public knowledge now. There's no fucking way, excuse my French, there's no way that he is getting a producer's credit. It's not possible.
No.
It's not fair.
Did you mention the Howie Mandel interview?
Well, and that's another thing. Wait a minute.
Because you went against your contract to do that interview. You were in a lot of trouble. They're not giving you a producer's credit after you just went against your contract to do your own free press.
Right.
You know?
That's not how that works. You don't like,
right.
You know what? It's like this. It's like, you, Bravo, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to go talk to Howie Mandel. You guys can't control me. And then from there, oh, by the way, if you guys want me back for next season, I want a producer's credit. You know who else wanted a producer's credit? That's the word on the street. Thank you, Giselle. That will forever live in my mind. Was Bethenny Frankel. That's what they said. They said that she wanted a producer's credit. Now, has she ever come out and said that? No, but that's what some of the cast members claimed. And based off of their renditions of the story, Bethenny was never going to get one because it's sort of a conflict of interest. Like, you don't get to be on the cast and also be a producer of the same show, because the producer's jobs are to make sure that you guys are complete chaos. So you don't get to kind of like, oh, okay, I'm going to be in it and I'm going to be like puppeteering it. The only person who ever has gotten to do that is Lisa Vanderpump. Ever.
Right.
Yeah. No. Not you, Tom.
Sorry, Tom.
I mean, it's not Taylor Tot. Sounds like tater tot, and I'm all about it. Thank you for the super chat. If you were Rachel Raquel's PR, what would you do and say? Thank you for the incredible entertainment. I would say to go on. I would say to do what she's doing as far as like taking accountability. And I would say to focus it more on your own personal growth, your own journey, and keep the story about you. I firmly believe that if you try to get your story out there while also kind of throwing a little shade at people or doing stuff to make other people look bad, where it's like we haven't even gotten into this yet, but the James stuff with the alleged physical abuse, or the Sheena stuff with the restraining order, or the Tom stuff with the recording. I think what happens is your real personal growth and your real message, it gets lost in translation because now everyone's focusing on the scandal again. And it doesn't really do you any favors. Is it a aha moment? And will it make headlines for a week? Yeah. Will Bravo end up moving Real Housewives of Orange County to next week? Yeah, that happened. But
but is it going to happen next week? Okay, go ahead and read that super chat because I have something to say about that.
Oh, Fear061 said a charge against Sheena can land her in family court and risk custody of her child. That's messy as fuck, and I'm not okay with taking a good mama bear to court, especially a coworker. Rachel, what the fuck? And then Norma said, Bethenny had no problem sharing an unconsented video on national TV, thus humiliating Luann on TV forever.
I mean, yikes. Right? I mean,
not the hypocrisy, Norma.
Not the hypocrisy, Norma.
Okay. So wait, we're going to get back to the notes because I keep them all in this little.
And I bring up though, like, okay, with this all happening, we were talking about on Hot Messy Topics, I think last Monday, that there is a Vanity Fair article that has now like come out, and
it's not out yet.
It's not out. No, I'm sorry. That has come out that's actually happening. There is a Vanity Fair article, which people will be behind, and it will be, certain things will be talked about. You don't purposely start a fire and let it burn out. So I have a feeling that next week, and I'm not saying Bethenny has anything to do with this Vanity Fair article, but whoever's PR team, I'm sure, has planned this accordingly. Right as the dust settles over the weekend, I wouldn't be surprised if next week we see this drop in some way, shape, or form.
This I'm ready for. Let me say
okay,
really quick. This makes sense. This is the sit down with Bethenny, which I knew part one is always like a little lackluster, which I said yesterday, and it's the build up to get to the main point. Well, this was sort of a way in an interview that was focused not only on Rachel's side of the story, but I believe it was fully intended on garnering sympathy. You know, like kind of, it's sort of creating a narrative, whether you mean to or not. Right. And then the Vanity Fair article